Welcome everyone back to beautiful Bermuda. More specifically, welcome to the Ocean Discovery Centre ahead of today's game against the Cougars. But before we battle those Cougars, we do have a Bermuda FA Cup quarter-final draw to do, which sees not only our main team but our B team making their way into the draw as well. So without further ado, let's head on over to that draw and then let's crack on with today's game. Okay, so the quarterfinal cup draw is finally upon us, and I will read off the names that my backside is covering at the moment. So first of all, we have Devonshire Colts, we have the PHC Zebras, Robin Hood's B team, the X Roads, and of course on the right hand side we've got the Rams ourselves, Trojans and the Bluebirds. But who shall we be facing, and who will our B team be facing as they managed to beat the Cougars, who of course we verse today? Now, Bluebirds versus the Colts. The B team is at home against the Zebras. Interesting. That should be an interesting game considering they are the team that managed to beat ourselves and knock us off our run. A team we probably should have actually beat but managed to slip up against. Now the Trojans are heading away to the Rams, which means we verse X-Roads. But are we home or away? We are at home. I'm not sure what that does for the fixtures considering the B team is also at home. I don't know if they're going to play at, I don't know, our training facility, or if we're going to play on separate days, or what that's going to mean for the fixture list. But we're both at home. They versus Zebras, we versus X-Roads, and hopefully we can both pick up a victory in those games. As you can see, they have been scheduled now. Can we see it on our fixture list? Nope, I don't think it's on our fixture list quite. Oh no, it is. I apologize. It's down here. Okay, a day after the Eagles. I think that might need correcting just a little bit. I don't think we should have to play the very next day in a cup game, but it is time to verse the Cougars. So I'll see you fine folks over at the stadium in just a second. Are you into older women? Well, unfortunately, this is not that kind of Cougar, but hopefully it's going to be entertaining nevertheless. And in the other game, we have Hornets versing the St. George Colts, so that's 3rd versus 10th. This is 5th versus 3rd. As you can see, we've got a nice 7-point gap on the Trojans and a massive goal difference. But we do have a few players missing for today's game, but before we delve into that, it's going to be a packed out capacity here today. 1,000 tickets sold out to the 1,000 capacity, very good pitch condition, and it's a wet, gusty 17 degrees. Now, our team for today is Hall, a back line of Miners, Jago, Evans, and Castle. Like I said, there's a few changes, and that's because there's quite a few players who are a little bit. In fact, I'm going to change Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean could come in for Dennis the Menace. So, our midfield is going to be Bascom and the GOAT. On the left-hand side is Ferry Fairbert. On the right is Dr. Jones. Jones calling Dr. Jones. Coffee in between and a sum up front. A bench consisting of Simmons, Edwards, Leather Rockstar, Ming, Jackson, Bean and Mackay. As you can see, a few of these players are tired. In fact, Damien Ming, no. You are going to return to the starting lineup, because you have actually got your fitness back. Same for you, Steve Jackson. So I'm sorry, Bascom, but you're not going to get a start, nor are you Dr. Jones. Jones calling Dr. Jones. So that is our team. You know what, Bascom? No. We'll stick with that for now. Dennis is going to get a break. Mackay is going to get an opportunity, with Dennis being a little bit on the tired side. So, Mackay, what number shall we give you? I guess we'll give you number 20. You know what? No. You're a striker. 25 is probably, that feels more midfieldy. 28. We'll give you 28. 28's solid. Little number for our backup striker, 3rd in line. So, let's crack on with this match. Of course, we are trying to bounce back from that disappointing result against the Zebras in this one. So I want you to pick up where you left last time out, preferably in the Cup, not last time out in the League, because that didn't go according to plan. They are going for a 4-1-2-1-2. Looks like they're going to go straight up the gut in terms of their formation. Our recent form, of course, is all wins besides that one loss. A 4-2-3-1 is our formation, and we've already seen what this table looks like, so we're just going to crack on. And I would like to be able to alter those other bits, but instead we're going to have a kickoff highlight, which is probably not going to amount to anything at all. Butterfield, though, will play it up to Simmons. He gets over to the right-hand side where he gets it over to the other Butterfield. This is going to get rather confusing if half their team have the same name. But Miners makes a lovely tackle, gets it up to Nussum. Nussum's coming at them now. He's got Ferry in spot. He's going to be dispossessed by the other Butterfield, though. And, oh yes, I completely forgot. They're the team which have 3 Butterfields. So we've got J Butterfield, G Butterfield, and where is our other? O Butterfield. Oh, Butterfield. Wherever art thou, O Butterfield? Right. So, going to be a lot of Butterfields in my commentary here today. Going to be saying a lot of commentary with Butterfield on it. But Butter shall throw it in. He gets it over to the other Butter. It's now to Simmons. Butter whips one in. The Goat clears it away, and the Fairy is coming on the counter-attack here on this left-hand side. Come on, Furbert. You've got this. Get a good cross in. You've got Nussum in support. Come on, Nussum. He gets into the box. He gets himself a second for the season, and it goes in the bottom right corner. Nicely placed shot by Nussum, and what a beautiful cross from the Fairy Furbert. He just glided it across the face of goal. Nussum tapping it in. Left foot, by the way. Left foot? I'm not sure which footed Nussum is, but left foot tap into the bottom right, I will take. That was nice. It's the Goat, though. He plays it up to Coffee. Now across to Furbert. He is tackled, though. Butterfield gets it back to Smith. Bean back to Smith once more. Tries the ball over the top. He gives it straight to Evans on the halfway line, though. He kicks it over the top to Nussum now. Nussum turns and shoots, but Adams with a beautiful save. And he was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. So, 33 points at the moment from 12 games. Not too bad. Steve Jackson, though, to take the corner here. Whips it in, back post. Nussum's header, though, is saved by Adams. Nussum showing exactly why he was a little upset with me for not playing him. He is supposed to be one of our more important players. But, as we all know, he has some stiff competition up front. Dennis the Menace is quite the striker. So when we're going lone striker, Nussum, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to sit on the bench and be our super sub. Steve Jackson, though, nods it on to Damon Ming. Ming Dynasty coming down this right-hand side. He has Castle behind him if he wishes to use him. It's blocked by Simmons, though. It falls to Castle. Castle gets it back, plays it back to the Goat, in fact. It's now over to Fairy Furbert. He gets up to Nussum. He's got Fairy Furbert making a lovely run. Ooh, Fairy. The run was good. Unfortunately, the shot was not. It was more of a pass. In fact, back to their goalkeeper. Now, they are going to hoof it upfield. Evan nods it back forward, though. It's with the Goat. The Goat, lovely through ball to Nussum. He runs onto it. Oh, Nussum, what was that shot? That was an awful attempt. We remain 1-0 here on what feels like the 40th minute, but in fact, it's only the 21st. I will say these games do get a lot of commentary out of me. I feel like it's non-stop talking with the amount of highlights you get in this league, but hey, action's nothing to complain about, although that header was not anything to be calling home about. In terms of them, well, they need to start getting some shots. They've had absolutely zero so far, and it looks like we're going to go into half-time without them getting a single shot, which is rather nice, especially when you try to hold on to a 1-0 lead. And that is, in fact, how it goes. We've had 9 shots to their 0. 5 on target, well, to their 0. 1 XG, 2. You guessed it, absolute 0. 6 corners to their absolute 0. 7 fouls to their 3. 0 yellow cards apiece. 81% passing to their 69. 66% possession to their 34. But let's head to the dressing room. Tell them, you know what? Yeah, things are going well, but I know you're capable of better, especially you, Mig. 6.4. That is a little disappointing from you. And same from Castle. That right-hand side is rather disappointing. So you know what? Jones, calling Dr. Jones, you finally do get to come on that right-hand side. In terms of Bascom, though, he's going to have to wait for his opportunity to come on. But Castle, you know what? Let's get Edwards on. Edwards, you've not had the chance to show how good you are in this league, so I'm going to bring you on. Give you yet another opportunity to shine in this league. The legendary Edwards. Now, it's all the way back to Adams in goal for them. Castle tries to play it up, but instead that highlight is over, and we have Miners here taking a throw-in. It's now Steve Jackson back to Miners. Kalon, was that a shot or a cross? I don't know, but Adams will catch it on its way towards the net. Now, Kalon Miners, of course, He is Bermuda's starting left back at the moment, but he wasn't our starting left back when we had Thur. He is now our starting left back, and talking about starters, Nusum is trying to get himself in the starting lineup with that beautiful drilled shot, whilst I was in the middle of rambling. But Edwards, to collect the ball, nods it down to Go-To, gets it across to Jones. Jones calling Dr. Jones for Nusum to drill it past Adams. Now, Adams, you should have probably done better, not just with the initial kick, but with that attempt at saving it. Not so good, but we shall take it, and Nusum shall take it as he gets himself a brace on the 47th minute. Now, nice little 10-point gap being built here. We are up to our usual substitution time now. The question is, do we risk it? We don't need it. Our players are all playing well. We have a couple of players who are getting tired, so I'm going to hold on to that third and final one in case we do get a knock, or if someone goes down to red in terms of their fitness. Now, Coffee, he pulls it back for Edwards. Edwards tries to get up to Nusum. It's intercepted though. Steed runs back at us. The Goat though makes a lovely tackle, and Fairy Fairbert will come back at them on this left-hand side. He can pull it back for Miners if he wishes to use him on the overlap. Miners whips one in. Nusum, oh, Nusum on the volley, gets himself a hat-trick and his 4th goal of the season, showing me exactly why we should probably go in for 2 strikers up front. Unfortunately though, this is just an... I think we should replace... I mean, not a bad shout, but no, I'm going to ignore it. It's not a bad shout. I'm trying to rest up Dante Leverockstar in this one though. I would like him to get a little bit of fitness back because he is a little bit tired. So we'd like to rest up some of our better players for games which might be a little harder than this current 3-0 victory. Steve Jackson, though, gets the ball over the top to Nusum. Nusum's shot is blocked. Simmons will get it back to Jones. It's now up to Butterfield, and that is the end of that. Now, Miners to throw it in. It is played all the way over to Evans in the centre circle, though. Dr. Jones slows it down for the Goat. The Goat pulls it back for Steve Jackson. He gets it over to Callum Miners. Now he's got way too much space. He keeps it just in play. Good job, Kalon. Now whips one in. Nodded. Oh, Dr. Jones, you've got to do better with a free header like that, my friend. It was a free opportunity for a goal. You wasted it. But Kalon Miners, lovely interception there. Clears it as far as Butterfield, though. Butterfield plays it up to Jones on this right-hand side, coming back at Kalon. Miners can't get the tackle in. It's back to Butterfield. 1-2 with Jones. Back to Butterfield once more. He gets it back over to Jones. Miners doesn't make the tackle yet again. Unfortunate for them, though. The cross was absolutely awful, and Dr. Jones is coming down this right-hand side. Now, can Jones calling Dr. Jones, get a good cross in? That is the question. Nusum needs to stop trying to hit everything on the volley. I know you scored a beautiful goal with the last one, but come on, you've got to stop attempting it every single time. Jones for them though. Oh, it's a scrappy one. Fortunate for us, it is currently being kept out. Okay, that's the end of that. That's the end of that mess. Thank you. Still, nobody is tired enough to actually need taking off, but there's 9 minutes left. We've got a 3-goal lead. We may as well rest somebody up. So, who do we have? Well, Nusum, we don't particularly need to rest up. Evans, we've got plenty of options in central defence, so I don't need to particularly rest him. Kalon Miners, can't do anything with him. In terms of the Goat, he wouldn't be a bad one to rest up, but he isn't really a starter. Coffee is a starter, though. Bascom would like to get on. So, you know what? Best option is probably Coffee. We go like that. We swap you possibly over. You know what? No. We'll just let Bascom be our playmaker here today. See what he can do in that role. He probably isn't the better one of the two as the playmaker, but it's a 3-0 lead. We don't have to worry too much about semantics like that. Now, Steve Jackson to take the corner. Whips it in. Back post. Nusum. Free header. Does not do anything with it though. It's just straight at Adams yet again. He will have to settle for a hat-trick at the moment. Steve Jackson, though, yet again, taking another corner. Whips one in. Oh, it's cleared away. Evans will collect this one, though. What will Evans do with this? He's going to hold it up. Butterfield is going to dispossess him eventually. Bascom tries to hunt him down. It's played all the way back to Adams. He gets it over to the other Butterfield, and it's now up to Steed on the halfway line. He's going to play a through ball to Simmons, one-on-one with Hall, and he blasts it past Hall for his 6th goal of the season here on the 87th minute, but it's a little bit too late. They've got to try and pull back 2 goals here in the final 3 minutes of this game. Plus additional. There's 4 additional, but I still don't see them managing it here today. Kalon Miners will try and whip one in. It's blocked though. Steed on the counter-attack. If they can score here, they might have a glimmer of hope of getting themselves a draw with these 4 additional minutes. Simmons, lovely save by Hull though. Edwards will collect this one and kick it up to Dr. Jones. Now, we head to the final minute. Kalon Miners, stuck in the corner, throws it in to the Goats. It is blocked. We are past the additional time. And the ref is going to call time on that one. So it is 3-1 in the end. Unfortunately, we could not hold on to our clean sheet. But Nasum goes and gets himself a hat-trick. It's 20 shots to their 6, 10 will tag it to their 2, a 2.63 XG to a 0.87, 14 corners to 2, 11 fouls to 8, 0 yellow cards apiece, 79% passing, 71, 62% possession to 38. But let's head on over to the dressing room. Tell the lads that was a solid little job. Castle could do a bit more from you, and you, Hall, and heck, Ming, definitely need more from you. Thankfully, Dr. Jones, call him Dr. Jones, came on and did a pretty decent job. Now, in the next one, where are we going to go? That is the question. Also, the Colts having a rough time of it. They've gone and lost yet another game. That means the Hornets are going to be on the hunt as they have just come up behind us, overtaken the Trojans. In fact, the Trojans can take second place back if they pick up a victory in their game in hand, of course. But as you can see just down here, we have some youth intake, so we'll have a little look at that in the next one. And I'm not quite sure who we're going to verse in the next game, to be honest. We could come back for something like X-Roads. Where are X-Roads? No, they're a bit far down, aren't they? The Rams would be a good game, and so would the Hornets. The Hornets being in second place, so maybe we'll come back for the youth intake, come and play the Hornets game. But I'll figure that one out between episodes. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.